Hello. Hello, hello, hello. This is Pop Up D. This is it says end stream. I have no idea again what I'm doing. It says end stream. I don't want to end the stream. I want to keep on talking. Let me fix this. So maybe you could see this old horrible face. This is Pop Up D. Old man. No, very old man. Okay. In a few days this week, physically, I felt like an extremely old man. My God. But, you know, that's not your problem. It's my problem. Uh, First things first, I just want to get on a little bit with something about hats. Okay. I did this before, but these are very fast. It's now 12:35, April 1st, in this country, all over America, at least in the East Coast right now, it's April Fool's Day. And I just want to put a hat of the court jester because I plan to do an April Fool's joke, maybe on my wife. she she probably wouldn't laugh anyway. It doesn't make any difference. But anyway, April Fools. April Fools. That's today. One more hat, real quick. P stands for Phillies. I'm a Phillies fan. Born, raised, nurtured, educated, uh, in quotes, in Philadelphia. Phillies uh, are now 3-0. Number one, haven't lost a game. The only team in both leagues that hasn't lost a game yet. It's only 3 games. Now we have St. Bryce Harper. Now, everybody has those little altars in Philadelphia, and everybody goes, they pray that Bryce Harper is Bryce going to hit a home run today. He did, as a matter of fact. And the Phillies won 3 games now against Atlanta. Last year, we were at the altar, uh, harassing. We we prayed that he would probably swing and never see a ball. But that's what happens when a team has $300 million. Fathom that. Well, well, well. Phillies, go Phillies. Today is April Fool's Day, April 1st, 2019, and I got to fix my hair because I'm supposed to look pretty. That's already April Fool's, right? That's a joke. But just a little bit about April 1st and Fool's Day and when it was celebrated and who celebrates it and don't even know why it started. Now, this is meant to be absolutely factual, but I got a lot of this from a website called Bustle. If you put a H in front of it instead of the B, it's called Hustle. So I don't know. I hope it's true, but I'll just a little bit that I know about it. What they have on their website, uh, they stated that it was started maybe about a little over 5 centuries ago, or it was around 5 centuries ago. I don't think it really started then. I guess you have jokesters all over forever and ever. I guess there was jokesters from the time that man was created, because that was a joke too, wasn't it? Why? Still trying to figure it out. Although I should know. I mean, went to St. Joe's University. I should know why we were created. At least I'm supposed to. Anyway, I have a few things that I wrote down, and usually after I write something, this is me, right? I write something, and 10 minutes later, I can't understand my writing. Does that happen to you? My God. Well, just to reiterate, we're doing something that was in bustle, and read, I wrote down some things, and hopefully I could read some of it. And first place that they talked about was France. And France, they don't do practical jokes. The French don't do practical jokes. No, what they do is celebrate the fish. So on April 1st, they eat fish uh, shaped. They make the fish out of chocolate, and they eat chocolate, and they put it on the backs of people's coats as they're walking by, and that's their joke. So if you're walking by and you have a fish put on your back, you may be in France. I don't know. I think I'd rather go see the Eiffel Tower or whatever. And Italy has a similar type of holiday and how they celebrate it. It's fish. They also eat fish that they shape out of chocolate, and they eat that. Why would you want to spoil fish? I mean, salmon is terrific, right? It's good for you too. It's healthy, a lot of omega 3, and they also put paper replicas of fish on people's back. But there's a lot of progress in Italy right now. My parents were born in Italy, so I'm glad they're progressing. They are now using pranks and jokes uh, similar to the Western style. That's good, isn't it? Mm. Now, the Netherlands, they call the day a day of lies. Why wasn't I in Netherlands a long time ago? Maybe I could have told my wife I was out to lunch. I could lie that day. I'm even smiling at that one myself. Of course, she'd probably kill me, and that's no joke. In Greece, they do practical jokes. They're quite progressive. As a matter of fact, one of the radio stations in Greece, I guess it was similar to what Orson Welles did way back. They announced there was a pollution emergency. This is in one town in Greece. I don't know which one it was, and they told all the people in that particular town, "You better evacuate. You need to evacuate," and many did. That's their big joke, their big prank. That was in Greece. In Russia, they're pretty smart. The Russians, no matter what people say about the Russians, they're smart people. They're strong, you know. They don't deal with practical jokes. They don't want to get shot, especially in Stalin's reign, right? You got to be careful. Don't even smile. They have a day of comedy. What they do is set up um, a lot of comedians. They set up shows, and they have shows all during the day. And they hire all these comedians where people could laugh. And that's how they celebrate April 1st. You know what? I think I told a lie. Netherlands doesn't have the day of lies. I told a lie. No, no, they had practical jokes. I'm sorry. Wipe that out. If you got it in your brain that the Netherlands was to call the day of lies, that is wrong. My God, fake news. Phew. Do I have fake news across my head? But I caught it in time, didn't I? Netherlands, they would tell people, "Oh, your car's being towed." but it's a lie, but that's not how they sell it. They didn't call their day, April Fool's Day, a day of lies. That honor actually belongs to Brazil. Okay, they call it the Day of Lies. So if you're Brazilian and you do all these wonderful dances, the hoochie coochie or whatever, you I don't know if you could get away with it, but it's called the Day of Lies. So I needed to go to Brazil, not the Netherlands. Hey Ned, why? I went out to lunch this afternoon. Shut your mouth, she said. And England has practical jokes saying they have to do before noon because the English are very proper. You know what I mean, don't you? You know absolutely what I mean. They get to get their cup of coffee. You know, it's tea, isn't it? It's a cuppa, a cuppa. It's not a cup. It's a cuppa. I don't know why it's a cuppa, but it's a cup. Ah. And they have to get all their jokes done before noon. Because afternoon, you try to pull a joke, and it's a no-no. It's not kosher to pull a practical joke or a prank on anybody in England after noon. After the clock, Big Ben strikes 12. Bang, 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 bang. No more joking around. Okay, we're back to work. That's England. Okay, but the United States, is another story. We do all kind of crazy things on April 1st. I remember somebody calling my mother or whatever and saying that I died. April Fool. And this is after my mother had to be resuscitated in an emergency room. That's a lie. That's part of Brazil. That's a lie. But they did say that I died. And we used to ring bells and run away. We did all kinds of nonsense. And I hate when April 1st because some of my grandchildren will call me and say something that borders on, sending me uh, into having some sort of a stroke. So I don't answer the phone on April 1st, maybe until afternoon because I'm a little bit English. Yeah, you know. But that's a little bit. I mean, we're crazy here. We do a lot of things that maybe we shouldn't do, and things borders there. You get the idea, you get the drift. You know, I mean, history is a great thing. Talking about history, what's happening with our history? I mean, it looks as if a lot of our people want to get rid of our history. Let's tear this down. Let's tear this down. People are fooling themselves. These things happened, whether you like them or not. We did have slavery. We did have. That's why we have short necks. Let's not. We got to hide our necks. But a lot of nasty things happened in our history, and I think the people that were doing it at the time probably didn't think that it was immoral. Maybe they did, but they were doing it all over the country, all over the world. So why do we want to hide our history? Let's keep our history. We know our history, and that way we'll be able to know what to do if things start happening. Right? I mean, we could stop things in its tracks. Let's stop things in its tracks. Let's not allow things to happen as they did before because it wasn't very good. But we know our history. We should know history. It was kind of funny. Um, One of my grandchildren, maybe about in middle school, in probably about 14 years ago, April. It was April 20th, April 20, 11, 12, 13, and she knew quite a bit about Napoleon and the Napoleonic Wars and so on. who she was married to, and so on and so forth. I mean, she for a girl that was 12 or 13 at the time, she really enjoyed what she was doing. I don't know if she's still doing it, but she just brought up a fact. It was April 20th in her middle school. He said, "It's April 20th. Did you know that Hitler was born on April 20th?" And the room got quiet. As a matter of fact, I used to pick her up after school, and one of the ladies told me, "Did you know what your granddaughter did today? She said that Hitler was born on this day, in April 20th. I don't want you, I don't want to talk to you anymore." And this was a long time ago. I'm talking 15 years ago. Then you think free speech is bad now, and what's happening now in a lot of our universities? She told me she didn't want to talk to me, and she didn't want my granddaughter talking to her two sons that happened to be in the same class. Now that's crazy. At least in my mind, that's crazy. Hitler was born April 20th. That's a fact. The year, I'm not sure. I think it was 1889 or something. I don't remember. I could have Googled it and looked it up and had it for you, but Google it. Google, you'll find it. But isn't that weird? And I don't know whether I should end this because I was thinking about doing something on virtue uh, because we're kind of our kids. You know, one of my granddaughters, and I don't blame the parents. I mean, this is the way things are today. One of my granddaughters has a child who turned 6, and they had a birthday party that lasted. Well, it happens to end up being about 5 birthday parties that lasted like almost 3 weeks. I remember my birthday parties was, we don't have a tasty cake for you, but happy birthday, 12 years old, 12 years old, happy birthday. Your present is you're going to work with Uncle Louie. That's your gift. 5 minutes, not 3 weeks. But I don't blame the parents. I mean, they want the best things for their children. But I wonder when they all want the best things for their children, whether they're neglecting some of the things they should be teaching them. And uh, um, there's a book called The Book of Virtues by William Bennett, and he lists 10 virtues. And he also wrote another book called The Moral Compass, which are fantastic books. They're anthologies, all little stories, poems, and stories of the different virtues and things that I think are great for people to maybe talk to their children, talk to themselves. I mean, they could learn also, how to be a good human, good citizen, and I think that's important. And one of the things, one of the virtues is called is responsibility. Another version is compassion. They're two very important virtues. So I think it's important to try to teach the young people responsibility. There's self-discipline where little children get angry, and you have to know how to handle that. And they have to know that they I'm going to get angry, and I know I'm going to get that toy. No, you got to teach them that responsibility. You got to be responsible for your things. I'm just blabbering right now because I don't know what I'm talking about. You know, here's a book. I can't tell you in 2 sentences or 3 sentences. This is a book. And here's another book. 2 sentences? No. But these both books, the Book of Virtues, William Bennett, Moral Compass, William Bennett. There's a lot of great stories there. Their stories are in like poems, short stories, all things that will that talk about a lot of the virtues and will show you. I don't know what I'm talking about now. I'm sorry. It's near 1 o'clock in the morning, and I start to gibberish. Uh, there were a couple of things I was going to read in here, but maybe I'll do that another time. But it's good that we teach. It's good that the children have responsibility and know what responsibility is. It's good they have compassion, especially for old folks, especially for me. I'm selfish. I guess that's part of some sort of a virtue, being selfish. What do they call it? Epistematic virtue, something of the intellect. You see me hobbling, don't run into me. Watch out for the old man. Open the door for him. Be nice to him. Don't make fun of them. Don't think they're stupid. Uh, anyway, it's April Fool's Day. I'm not fooling about teaching, and another way to absolutely teach children is to practice all the different types of virtues. Practice being a good person. Practice, the responsibility, self-discipline. Practice love and faith and all these wonderful things. Practice them in front of your children, and your children, by your example, will pick up, uh, how to behave. Say, "I saw mom and dad." Yeah, that's how to do it. I think I understand the difference between right and wrong. They're not going to learn in school. Teacher might holler if she's got 30 or 40 kids. I mean, what can they do? It's in the home. Please try. Help your children to be good citizens. Help them to be good people. Remember, remember, love is a great four-letter word. Love your neighbor. Love your family. Love, just love everybody. Don't hate anybody. Okay. I think it's good. And I think it's good that I'm going to end this now. Sorry for, I shouldn't say I'm sorry. I'm not going to say I'm sorry. Uh, if you like it, say so. If you don't like it, say so. Look at it. Give me a break, will you? This is part of being old. Respect. Being old. Help me out. I want to try to contribute something. Ooh, am I begging too much? Comment, comment, comment. And I'll see you next time. Arrivederci. I hope you're not listening anymore because I don't know what else to do. People show me how to do this. I still don't know what to do.